All right, shifters, welcome to the second part of our anticipation for early reviews regarding movies. So I'm Vladimir Jean-Gilles. I'm back at the captain's chair. Don't worry, ladies, daddy's home. And I just really wanted to say that. Anyway, joining us today, Lisa Martel. How are you?
I'm great. Excited to be here as usual.
All right, Matthew, how's it going, man?
That was bad, man.
And yo, we can't get rid of you.
I'm gonna start paying rent.
That's time from Rob Black, everyone.
What's up, guys?
So, the early reviews for Captain America Civil War are in, and they're pretty freaking amazing. So, Lisa, guide us in. Let's get right into this.
I shall. Well, the reviews are in, and it would seem like the Captain America Civil War movie will not get the Batman vs. Superman treatment. Vlad, what are your expectations for this movie?
My expectations are over the top. Okay, this is what you need to know. Civil War is my favorite comic book storyline of all time. It's the first one I've read. I remember showing up in high school where comic books were not cool. I had this Civil War t-shirt with Spider-Man fighting Captain America and all that. That was before
That's hardcore.
Yeah, that was
Nerd cred.
That was before I was, wearing hats and before I was 6'4", whatever, So yeah, totally nerd. Yes, and listen, we're actually. Okay, this is not going to be on the same level as the actual Civil War. This is more of a civil dispute, I would say, given the fact that there's not as many comic book characters that they can incorporate in this movie. That being said, they have the premises. They've been building towards that storyline for a while, especially with the tension between Steve Rogers and Tony Stark. And now we're at a point where we finally see the repercussion of all the action that took place in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, whether it's what happened in New York, what happened in Age of Ultron, how many cities that they've destroyed. And again, also the addition of some of the coolest comic book characters, Spider-Man, of course, everyone's excited to see Spider-Man, but real talk.
Talk about it.
Black Panther, yes, yo, finally, not only is he like the character I want to see in Civil War, he's also the character I want to see in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. This guy, he's not just a comic book hero, he's a king, king of the richest nation on earth, which is also in Africa, Wakanda. So anyway, that's my anticipation from it. What do you guys think?
I'm ready for this movie. Coming off of Age of Ultron, which I kind of loved, but then Ant-Man, which I loved, and it had that little teaser at the end. I'm most excited to see just Ant-Man ride Hawkeye's shot.
The arrow.
Okay.
That is so cool. Straight from the comics. I can't wait to see him go across the battlefield and just punch. Spider-Man, of course, he looks amazing. The CGI on it looks a little bit unfinished, but I trust in Marvel. Trust in Feige. I trust in everybody there. And yeah, my anticipation is out of this world. Winter Soldier is my favorite comic book movie of all time.
Mine too.
And with the Russos back, with the same production team, everybody staying together, I cannot look forward to this movie any more than I already am right now.
I completely agree. I mean, all the pedigree is there, as you said. The directing team is there. The casting is excellent. Everything looks great about this movie. They're not rushing up to it as opposed to another cinematic universe. But the thing is, what's really great about it is we get to see a lot of characters, and it's just a fight movie, but there's so much in this fight movie.
I think it's going to be more than a fight movie. I think it's going to be a fight of ideologies.
Exactly,
Sure.
exactly.
Yeah.
But it's a versus movie is what I mean, The basic premise is versus movie. But there's so much to this versus movie that we don't, that doesn't catch the eye. The ideology thing, The prison, the big prison underwater.
The raft.
The raft, exactly. The raft. There's all these little elements, and we get a shot at the UN. I don't know if you guys saw it, but we get a shot at the UN, and you have T'Challa just weeping over a body, and that's the introduction of Black Panther into it. Well, as we all know, T'Chaka, his father, got killed in
an assassination.
Exactly, and in an assassination ploy, and we get to see what looks like it in the trailer. And I mean, I've said a lot of things, but I'm still most excited for Black Panther. This guy looks like he can kick but he's just standing. Did you see that shot of him just standing, taking helicopter
the bullets,
fire
yeah.
like it's nothing?
That's not Tupac taking bullets.
No, this guy's just impervious to bullets. I mean, he just runs after a speeding bike and catches it. I mean, oh my God, so many great things. I've loved the addition of Spider-Man, especially his introduction. He's like, hey, Underoos. Underoos is actually Yeah, it's actually.
Some people don't know what Underoos are. Can you guide them through? 'Cause some people have no idea.
Okay,
Yeah.
so Spider-Man went through multiple variations of his costume before getting the costume that we all know and love. And Underoos was a joke meaning underwear, which he started off with. So it's kind of like a joke towards the original Peter Parker character. And I mean, just that little split second, that's pleasing the fans, but it's so well done. I mean, it's Marvel. This is what they do.
Man, Lisa, what's your point of view on that?
Captain America is actually one of those comic book storylines that I don't follow.
Okay.
After I did tell you guys after I saw the first one, I wasn't too certain.
Have you seen the second one?
No, unfortunately, I didn't. No.
I think
It will
it's
change.
Yeah.
It will change.
That might change my opinion and based off of what I saw with the first one, then I'm excited. But you guys sound really thrilled and high expectations for this one. Who is playing Spider-Man in this installment?
Tom Holland.
Okay, so any thoughts on this portrayal now with the shift of Spider-Man?
I know he fought for the role. He actually really went ham for it. Especially that's what John Burton said, because they've talked outside of the sets and everything, and he addressed it. He said Tom Holland really wanted this role and he worked hard for it. So I believe that we're gonna get a glimpse of a different Spider-Man that we haven't seen before. Now that Andrew Garfield did not give a good performance as Spider-Man, especially given the character,
Garfield.
it's just bad timing, bad. You know what I mean?
I think he was a great Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Bad
I thought he did
company.
well too, but it was just a combination of...
But overall, it's just that Captain America: Civil War promises to be not the superhero movie we need, but the one that we deserve. The versus
he went
movie,
there. He
the
went
versus
there.
movie
These are not
we
good
need.
today,
The versus movie we need. Not
I agree with that.
You know?
I agree with that.
So and especially given the fact that they've built up towards it
Exactly.
for quite a couple of years, almost 10 years actually.
It's a payoff.
Yeah,
movie.
it's a payoff movie, and my God, man, just we haven't seen something else we haven't seen. So we know about the repercussion of the Winter Soldier and how it kind of leads into Civil War and the events that will take place. But we also forget that there's some villains in this movie that we haven't seen in the trailers yet.
Crossbones.
Baron Zemo.
Zemo.
We've seen Crossbones. I think Crossbones kind of set up the movie more than anything.
I think it's just gonna be like the opening.
The opening,
of any fight,
But again, like there's a villain in this movie. It's Baron Zemo, and we haven't seen him yet.
Daniel Bruhl is a great actor.
Yeah. Inglourious Basterds. If you haven't seen that, get on it. And also, what I'm really excited to see is what the Russo brothers are gonna do with this movie, because they're gonna take that same cast and they're gonna direct
Back it right up.
They're gonna direct Infinity War
War.
Part 1 and 2 with the same cast. So you kind of have a glimpse of how they're gonna handle the interaction between those characters. So I cannot be anything less but excited for this
That's
movie.
a great point.
Yeah.
The Russo brothers excel at character interaction. So
Yeah.
what do? Give them the biggest roster they can play with. Go ahead, go
60
nuts.
something characters was it? They
Oh,
said
yeah.
they were gonna go?
This movie's gonna be packed, but again, some people are wondering.
Packed in a good way.
Packed in a good way, but some people are wondering. Oh, but it's Captain America. It's a Captain America movie, and it's called Civil War, and there's so many Avengers characters in it. Like, isn't it technically Avengers 2.5? And I said, listen. Especially with the Russo brothers, they've proven it before. They know how to handle the character of Captain America, especially in the storyline that can be very overcrowded. If you look at Winter Soldier, for example, the storyline is very heavy. There's a lot of things going on, but they handled it perfectly well, and they managed to get an amazing performance out of Chris Evans as Captain America. Now, again, even in a movie that feels packed, I think they're gonna find a way to incorporate the fact that it's a Captain America movie, and it's gonna be he's gonna be centric to this movie.
I understand.
And I think the trailer has shown so far that Captain America has specific reasons why he does the thing he does, but I think we haven't seen the full the full extent to why he actually wants to fight, why he actually starts the Civil War. We don't know yet, so we're looking forward to that.
One last thing I'll
ahead,
say
yeah.
though, but is, as you said, it's true, but if we think about this, and the wording might be stupid at this point, but the Marvel experiment that they had is going into phases. And I like that a lot because they've built up the groundwork for a lot of things. But now I think this is one of the most experimental phases in saying how many people can we fit in one movie and still make it coherent? Do you understand what I mean? So as you said, about 60 some characters in this
Infinity
movie
War.
for Infinity War, but they're starting to ramp it up as far as that goes. And to me, and to most people, it might look like it would be an over-bloated mess, but I don't think so. I think this is the next part of their experiment. They're adding more and more characters and seeing if they can make that work, because as we all know, these comic book stories, by design, need a lot of different characters on different sides of the fence.
Of course, and again, it's called Civil War, so you have to, it's called Civil War, not Civil Dispute. So you have to incorporate, like I said, most of those characters, and it has to lead the reason why they're gonna go to war has to be enough so that you understand why those characters who fought on the same side end up fighting on different side, to the point that I believe something very dramatic will take place at the end of this movie. I don't think the end of this movie is gonna be all roses and candies.
No,
I
sure.
think it's
Very
gonna
true.
be I think the ending is gonna be very
I think it's gonna be dark.
Yeah, I think it's because some of the again, guys, we're gonna go a bit over time on this video. It's Captain America: Civil War, and it's our show. We do what we want. So just to let you know, it's. I think there's a lot built up for this movie. I think there's a lot that they can do, and I'm actually looking forward to how they're gonna handle all those characters. What is your most what moment is your most anticipated moment for this movie? What do you anticipate the most?
The ending of the very first trailer with Bucky and Cap beating down Tony. I want to see that in full. From what we saw, I must have looped that video over like 100 times, just watching them beat the crap out of Tony. From friends in Avengers, and now going to they could kill him there.
He's my friend.
I know. So was I. It's just. It's the culmination of years and years, and we're finally getting this paid off, and I'm really excited for that specific moment and the entire movie.
How about you, man?
Honestly, I'll come right back to it. I'm excited about Black Panther. I want to see his introduction. It looks like they're doing it well. I want to see the extent of his powers. It's something that we've never seen before. I want to see this experiment go on. Marvel, I'm with you.
Lisa?
I'm just excited that you guys are excited.
We're really excited, and I'm just looking forward to Marvel doing something very different, taking a darker route, because we've seen more of the comedic timing and the comedic element in those movies before, and now we're actually seeing them stepping it up, and with higher stakes and everything. So that's what I'm excited to see. Well, guys, that's all the time we have. Again, it was Vladimir for Shifter on Film. It was a pleasure talking about Civil War, and we're actually looking forward to see it. What do you guys think? Comment in the comment section down below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and to subscribe to this YouTube channel. I want to thank everyone who joined me today. Lisa, how are you? And where can people find you?
You can find me on Instagram at the Mona Lisa 07, on Twitter at Lisa Martel, and on Facebook.
And Matt, man,
You can find me at Underoos. No, I'm just kidding. At mchinkui96 on Twitter.
and Rob Black. I mean, we'll find you here, of course, but
Right here. You can find me on YouTube, Rob Black, one word, and on Twitter, Real Rob Black.
you can find me everywhere at Just As Vlad. I keep it simple, and you can find all of us at Shifter on Film on every social media. So, guys, that's all the time we have. We're looking forward to talk to you next time. Take care.
Thank you.